Hello everybody, today's lesson that you'll be doing online is going to be types of design. So let's dive on in. We were going to do an activity, but we're not since this is an online lesson. Okay, so your first kind of design is structural design. This is where there are simple lines, there are no ornamentation, and it cannot be separated from without destroying the object. As an example, when you look at like the leg of a table, if you could remove that leg and the table still work, it's not structural, if that makes sense. It's such a piece of the design that it cannot be removed. A simple chair with 4 legs, that is structural design because you cannot remove a leg from that chair without it working. Same thing with anything that is, it's just integral to the design. It cannot be removed. It's what we teach in this class. It's called form follows function. It's the form should reflect its intended use and fulfill its intended purpose. As an example, the purpose of a chair is to sit in it. So if you design a chair, it doesn't matter what that chair looks like. If you are able to sit in it, it meets its function. If you design a chair that you are with a giant spike in the middle of it, that you took away its intended function, which was to sit in the chair, so it no longer works. If you do a table, the function of a table is to be able to sit at, to write on, to eat off of. And so if you make a rounded tabletop, you've now taken away its function, so the form does not follow the function. Same thing with a chair, with a set of stairs. The function of a set of stairs is to go up and down. If you take away the ability to go up and down a staircase, it no longer meets its function. So whenever you are picking a design or you are designing a piece of furniture, you need to always remember that form follows a function. Whatever the form is, it must follow its intended function. As an example, both of these chairs are rocking chairs. You have a very traditional kind of rocking chair, and you have a much more modern, creative type of rocking chair. Both have very different forms, but they both achieve the exact same function. That both of those pieces of furniture follow that rule that form follows function. Let's talk about staircases for a minute, just because I love staircases. I have this weird love for them. I think that you can do some really cool stuff with some staircases. Here you have some 2 very basic, nothing too crazy staircases. No matter what it is they look like, the function of those stairs is to go up and down. Here we have some a little bit different staircases. You've got the one on the left that is very, very ornate and very decorated. Lots of different pieces that make it look really, really pretty. The stairs still meet that function. They go up and down. You have your middle picture. This is a much more futuristic look of stairs with it's suspended from the ceiling using those rods, and it's also called a floating staircase. Really cool, really pretty. It meets its function. It goes up and down. You have your third set of staircases on the right side, and it is kind of like carved into the wall, which I think is really cool, and it has those super cool railings made out of like the vines and the trees. Here we have 2 more sets of floating staircases. I like these. I think they're cool. I do not know if I would ever have these in my home. I feel like if I were going to have a floating staircase, I would do like this one in the middle where you still have the protective barrier of the suspended cords, whereas these ones, there is no protective barrier. If you fall, if you are in any way incapacitated, that's going to be a very, very dangerous staircase. But I mean, they look cool, and they do meet their intended function. Here we have some more cool staircases. Our first 2 are pictures of staircases that include slides on the side, which I think are really cool, really fun, especially if you have kids or you just want to relive your childlike wonder. Then we have our last picture that is a very geometric staircase. I like this. I don't know how practical it is. I feel like you would get tripped up on this and fall pretty easily, but it definitely looks really cool. Here is a video that I'd like you guys to watch. Just highlight the link and open it. It just shows the different purposes of furniture and how they can be combined, and it's a really cool video. Then we have decorative design. This is applied ornamentation to an object, and it can be separated without destroying the object. If you look at this dresser right here, if I were to take a pair of pliers and pry off of those circular and pointed decals on the front, it's gonna look ugly, but the dresser is still going to function. The drawers are still gonna open and it's still going to work. That is decorative design. It can be added to a design, and it can be removed. It is not integral to the part of the design. It's not like a leg. It's not like a back of the chair. It's simply ornamentation. Oh, sorry. We are going to do an activity. We're not going to. Then you have 4 different types of decorative design. First, you have your naturalistic / realistic design, and this reproduces a motif from nature in its natural form. It looks photographic. So as an example, these are pillows, which I think are really, really cool, that these are, they're shaped and they look like logs, and they're printed to look exactly like logs. That's an example of naturalistic or realistic design. Also, you have some more over here. This is, you have the bedspread on the left, that is a leopard print. That is exactly what the skin of a leopard looks like, so that is naturalistic. Your next 2 pictures are examples of having wall decals or wallpaper that looks exactly like trees look out in outside. It is naturalistic means if I were to go outside and find the exact same thing in nature, would it look the same as it does in your home or your design? That's naturalistic. Then we have our conventional / stylized, and this is where it uses designs from nature in a simplified or adapted way. It's if I were to take this design outside and compare it to its natural form, it looks different. This rug is an example. It shows roses and it shows leaves, and you know it's roses and you know it's leaves, but a rose and a set of leaves does not look exactly like that when you go outside. It looks a little bit different. It's kind of like a cartoon version. It's a man's version or adapted version of nature. Example here as well, these pineapples. You can tell these are pineapples, you know they're pineapples, but that is not what a pineapple looks like in real life. Same thing with this cat rug. You know this is a cat. It looks like a version of a cat. However, that is not what a cat really looks like. Number one, it's missing its eyes, so that's not a real cat. Then we have our geometric, super easy. This one is decoration that is made up by geometric shapes or stripes. It's very popular right now in design. It gets used often. Here you see it in the diamond mirrors. Here you see it in the triangle shelving type unit that it was built. The next one, you have this terrarium that was built, made of sand and flowers. Very popular look right now. It's very popular to have these with like sand and cactuses in them. But geometric ones, they're very, very popular. I have like 3 at my house. Okay, then we have this nursery on the left side, and it is a very popular look for nurseries right now. It's very gender neutral, it's very naturalistic, it's very simplified, but you can see that the geometric is being used a couple different times. You have it with the diamonds in the rug, you have it with the lines in the crib, the straight up and down lines. You also have it with the triangles on the crib sheet and the triangles on the pillow on that chair. So you can see it in various different ways in that design. Also on the next picture, you have this wall piece of wall art that is geometric, but it also is stylized, because you can tell it's obviously geometric because of the circles and the triangles being used, but you can tell it's stylized because that's obviously a mountain range and a sun, but that's not what mountains and the sun look like in real life. So this is an example of a stylized and geometric look. Okay, and then we have abstract. This is where it departs from nature and the inspiration for the design is not recognizable. You can't tell what it is. Okay, the example in this picture is the painting. I have no idea what that painting is. That's an abstract painting. Also, this purple little woven piece that is a chair. It's very, very abstract. Also, you have another example of the painting on the other side. So here is what your assignment is going to be. You will need to create a PowerPoint that contains at least 5 slides, a title slide, and 1 slide for each type of decorative design, which there are 4 types, meaning you'll have 5 slides. Each slide needs to contain a title of what type of decorative design is being shown and how it is being shown. And each slide needs to contain a picture of an example of what type of decorative design is being shown is in the title. I have an example that I'm going to show you, and then you will submit this onto Canvas by the due date. So here is the example. Here's what a title slide looks like, types of decorative design with your name somewhere in there. Okay, then I have my first one, which is naturalistic, and then I show a picture of the naturalistic design, and I also show how it's being shown, which is the deer artwork. Okay, then we have our conventional / stylized. It's how it's being shown in this design is the owl mandala wall decal. Okay, then I have geometric, and the way that it's being shown here is the lines in the mirror behind the fireplace. And then I have abstract, and the way that it's being shown is the painting behind the couch. So that is your assignment. You will see that there is a place to submit it on Canvas once you've gone through and you've done it. And this assignment you don't need to do because I took it away for COVID. And that is your lesson on types of design and your assignment that you need to do. If you have any questions, please just shoot me an email or send me a message on Canvas and I can help you out.